Dear student, welcome you to this online class. And today we will discuss or we will study the chapter special functions. And in this class, so we will cover the following topics. First, a brief introduction, and then the beta function, definition of beta function. After that, properties of beta function will be studied, and then different forms of beta function will be uh, uh, discussed, and finally some problems on beta function. So first, let us we start with the introduction section. So beta and gamma function are very important, and these two functions are usually used in case of solving different kind of problems and involving in physics or engineering or in mathematics. And we will see in future that or after some class after some lecture that it is beta and gamma functions are very much important to find out the value of some integrals which are to and in usual method the values of those integrals are very difficult to find out, and if we once use these type of these two functions, right, such as gamma or beta function, then to solve those integrals will be very easier, and that will be very time saving also. So 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 in this sense, beta and gamma functions are very important, and in case of different topics in physics, engineering, or in mathematics, beta and gamma function are very promisingly using, and it is a very important tools to calculate different very hard problems. And along with this beta and gamma function, another function is there that is called the error function. And this error function is nothing but one kind of particular form of incomplete gamma function. That is, the error function are evolved from the gamma functions, and which are not in case that are incomplete gamma functions. And the applications of these functions are also important in case of statistical mechanics. For example, to find out the probability, this function is very much important, especially the error function in this case. However, now we go to the beta function. First definition. So beta function is denoted by, yeah, beta and n, where m and n are two indices, and these are two indices, and these two indices are real and they are greater than 0, and they are greater than 0 in the sense that this function beta mn should be converge, and only it is possible when m greater than 0 or m greater than 0. So for two indices m and n, the beta function, the well known or the famous beta function, familiar beta function, is denoted by beta mn, and it is defined mathematically by 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1 into 1 minus x to the power n minus 1 dx. I have written it as equation number 1. So this is the definition of beta function we will frequently use in our next some topics. So it is very clear from this definition that beta function is nothing but a definite integral, and that is given in equation number 1. So now we wish to study its property. So to in this case, first we consider that the two indices, that is m and n, both are equal, and that is equal to 1. So if m and n both are taken as 1, then we can easily understand from equation number 1 that beta 1 1, that will be equal to 0 to 1 x to the power 0 from here m minus 1, that means 1 is m here, so x to the power 0, and 1 minus x to the power 0 also another 1 is there, so 2 dx, that means 0 to 1 dx, that is equal to 1. So beta 1 1 is equal to 1, and this is a very important result, and this result will be used in in different to calculate different integrals. So from here we come to know one property of beta function is that beta 1 is equal to 1. Now come to the second one. So in this case it is also another important property of beta function in which you can write that, or you will be seen that beta mn, that is equal to n beta nn. That means if the indices are interchanged for a beta function, then the result will be the same or identical. That means the beta function is symmetric with respect to the indices m and n. So this property gives you the idea that beta mn is equal to nm. That means if m and n are interchanged, the result will be unaltered. Now to prove it, go to the familiar expression for the definition of beta function, that is beta mn is equal to 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1 1 minus x to the power n minus 1 dx. I have written it already. It has given equation number, so I have written it 1. Now let us we substitute x is equal to 1 minus y, x by 1 minus y. So now change here the limits of integration. Here you know from this relation, you can easily understand from this relation that for x is equal to 0, y is equal will be 1, and for x is equal to 1, y will be 0. From this relation, it is very easily, you can understand it very easily, and it is very easy to understand. Now from here you have to calculate dx. That means dx will be minus dy. Now substitute this value, that means the value of x and dx in this equation. So that will result that beta mn is equal to, here the limits of integration are 1 and 0. So here is 1 and 0 with a negative sign for dy minus dy. So dy is there and minus sign is there. After that you substitute x by 1 minus 1, that will give you 1 minus y to the n minus 1, and then 1 minus x is equal to from here that will give you 1 minus x, that will give you here 1 minus x, y to the power n minus 1 is here. That means 1 minus 1, sorry, here 1 minus x to the power n minus 1. So that will give you x to the power 1 minus x to the power 1 minus x to the power. That will actually, that if you substitute the values, you will give the in this y to the power n minus 1, and then 1 minus y to the power m minus 1. So just substitute, and that will give you, you know that that from the definition of beta function, that y to the n minus 1 1 minus y to the n minus 1 will be beta mn. So from here it has proved that beta mn is equal to beta nm. Beta mn is equal to beta mn. That means in this case the symmetric function is found. That means beta function preserves symmetricity. Now come to other forms of beta functions. Example 1 from first one is beta mn can be written as 0 to infinity y to the power m minus 1 1 plus y to the power m plus 1 dy. This is another form of beta function. Let us now to prove it. To do this, we consider that x is equal to 1 y by 1 plus y, so that dx differentiate this dx by dy, that is equal to first differentiate y, so 1 by 1 plus y, then differentiate this term taking y as constant, so y is constant here, and this will give you 1 plus y square with the negative sign. So from here dx by dy, that is equal to 1 plus y minus y by 1 plus y square, that is equal to 1 by y square. So from here dx is equal to dy by 1 plus y square. Now here also to calculate 1 minus x, 1 minus x is there, that is equal to 1 minus y by 1 plus y, that will give you 1 by 1 plus y. So from the definition of beta function, you know that beta mn is equal to 0 to 1 x to the power n minus 1 into 1 minus x to the power n minus 1 dx, and that will give you from here you can write beta mn is equal to Just substitute the value of x and 1 minus x that was calculated in here and here. So that will give you 1 minus x is equal to nothing but 1 by 1 plus y. That will give you 1. This is the value of x to the power n minus 1. X to x, 1 minus x to the n minus 1. That is 1 by 1 plus y to the n minus 1. Okay, and then the value of x to the power m minus 1, that is here, and the value of dx is here, dy by 1 plus y square. Somewhere it is not come here, it has not come here, so it will be 1 plus y square. So finally you will get it as 0 to infinity, 0 to infinity y to the y, 0 to infinity, that is discussed later. First write it as 0 to infinity y to the m minus 1, 1 plus y, m plus n dy. So beta mn is equal to, you know, that another. So from here you can easily write that another form of beta mn is equal to 0 to infinity y to the m minus 1, 1 by 1 plus y to the m plus n to y. This is equation 4, and this equation will also be frequently used in future. Now here the discussions about the limits of y with for the different values for the limits of x. So you have already seen that x is equal to y by 1 plus 1. It was taken. So for x is equal to 0, you can write 0 is equal to 1 by 1 plus y, and from here you can write y is equal to 0. And from another case, that is x is equal to 1, you can write from this relation that x is equal to y by 1 plus 1 plus 1 by y. You can write this function as this. So that will give you x is equal to 1 by 1 plus 1 by y. That is equal, that will give you, and if you use x is equal to 1, that will give you 1 is equal to 1 by 1 plus y, and from after simplification you can easily find it y is equal to infinity. So here is the discussions, here is the reason why we have taken the limit 0 to infinity instead of the limits of x from 0 to 1. So now come to another form of beta function. So since we know that beta mn is equal to beta nn, that means symmetricity or symmetric property is preserved in case of beta function. So if we interchange the indices m and n in this equation, that is in equation number 4, then we will find or we will get beta nm. Here n and here m, that will be equal to 0 to infinity y to the power n minus 1 by 1 plus m plus n dy. That is written here. CR. That is written here. That is beta mn is equal to 0 to infinity y to the n minus 1 by 1 plus y to the m plus n dy. That is only in this case m and n are interchange because beta function preserves symmetricity. Now another form of beta function can be obtained by substituting y is equal to ax plus b in equation 4. That means in this equation, in this equation, just you substitute y is equal to ax by b. Now since y is equal to ax by b, so from here you can write that dy is equal to a by b dx, and this is the change of the limits. So from here, if you use x is equal to 0, then y is equal to 0, and if you use x is equal to infinity, then y also will be infinity. And from this relation you can write x is equal to b by a y. So from here dx will be b by a into dx. Right, now beta mn can be written in accordance with equation number 4, that is given here, that is beta mn is equal to 0 to infinity y to the n minus n by 1 plus y to the power n plus n dy. So just substitute the values of x and dx. So that is done here. 0 to infinity, limit is the limit is also shown here. So 0 to infinity. Now y to the power n minus 1. So ax by b to the n minus 1. Then by 1 plus y. That means ax by b to the power n plus n, and then dx, that is dx is equal to dx is nothing but there will be dx is equal to b by dy. Oh, sorry. In this case, we have taken as y is equal to this. So in here, the value of y and dy will be here. So dy is equal to a by b dx. So it is written here. Now to simplify this 0 to infinity, and from here you can write a by b to the minus 1, then x to the minus 1, and from here, from this, from the denominator you can simplify this as b plus ax, b plus x by b to the n plus n, and this b to the power n plus n will go to there in the numerator. So that is b to the power n plus n is there. After that, a by b is also here and dx. So that is equal to a to the power m minus n, and from here another a. So that will give you a to the power m, and here b to the power m minus 1, b to the power m plus n plus 1, and here b to the power minus 1. So from here you can write all these things using the value of b to the power m minus 1, b to the power m plus n, and from b to the power minus. This will give you actually b to the power minus n plus 1, and from here b to the power n plus 1, and from here b to the power minus 1. That will give you b to the power n, and then 0 to infinity x to the power m minus 1, and y x plus b to the power n plus 1 dx. So from here you can write beta mn is equal to a to the power m b to the power n 0 to infinity x to the power m minus 1 by x plus b to the power n plus n dx. So this is another important form of beta function. Now come to another most important or another important alternative expression for beta function in form of sine theta and cos theta. So just substitute x is equal to sine square theta. If you substitute x equal to sine square theta, then x dx will be 2 sine theta cos theta d theta. And here and now use the definition of beta function which was given in equation number 1, that is 0 to 1 x to the power n minus 1, 1 minus x to the power n minus 1 dx. Now just substitute these values of x and dx. So that will give you 0 to, and here is the limits of integration. If you use since x is equal to sine square theta, so if you use x is equal to 0, sine square theta will give you 0, that means theta will be 0. And if x is equal to 1, sine square theta will be 1, that will give you theta is equal to pi by 2. So the limits are 0 to pi by 2. And then x to the power m minus n, that is sine square theta to the power m minus 1, and then 1 minus x, that means 1 minus sine square theta to the power n minus 1. After that dx is there, 2 sine theta cos theta d theta. That is equal to 0 to pi by 2. From here sine 2 to the power 2m minus 2 theta, then cos to the power because 1 minus sine square theta will give you cos square theta, so that will give you finally cos square 2n minus 2 theta, and then 2 sine theta cos theta d theta. From here beta mn is equal to 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power 2m minus 1 theta cos to the power 2n minus 1 theta d theta. This is equation 7, and this equation is also important, very important. And now note here there are two things to be noted. One is first let us write the definition, a mathematical definition of the beta function that was given in equation number 1, that is equal to beta mn is equal to 0 to 1 x to the power n minus 1, 1 minus x to the power n minus 1 dx. Now just increase n by 1, that is replace n by n plus 1. What you will get beta m n plus 1, that will give you 0 to 1 x to the power n minus 1, then 1 minus x to the power n plus 1 minus 1 from here. So that is x to the power 1 minus x to the power n to dx. So from this relation, if you use n is equal to 0, so if you use n is equal to 0 in this expression, you will get beta m1, that is equal to 0 to 1 x to the power from here m minus 1, then 1 minus x to the power 0, that is there, that will give you 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1 dx. That is equal to, if you integrate this, it will give you x to the m by n 0 to 1. So if you use the limits 1 and 0, that will give you 1 by m. So beta m1, that is equal to 1 by m. This is an interesting result. So now if you use n is equal to 1, okay, if you use n is equal to 1 in this expression, so then you will get beta m n is 1, so 1 plus 1 beta m2, that is equal to 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1, 1 minus x to the power n, then plus 1 and then minus 1. So So in this case, n is equal to, you have taken n is equal to 1. So x to the power 2 minus 1, that means x to the power 1. So that will give you 0 to 1 x to the power n minus 1 minus x to the power 1 dx. So if you integrate these using the method of by parts or integrating by parts, then you will get, let it is the first one 1 minus x is there, then integrate this. The integration of this will give you x to the m by m 0 to 1, then minus 0 to 1. First differentiate this term, that will give you minus 1, then integrate this one, that will give you x to m by m and dx. So that is equal to 1 minus x to the power n by m 0 to 1, plus from here 1 and this minus this minus will give you plus 1, plus, so 1 by m 0 to 1 x to the power m into dx. That is equal to 1 minus x to the power m by m. Actually this will be a limit here, so just when you will study, then just write here the limit is 0 to 1, that will, and then from here 1 by, if you integrate this, that will give you m plus 1 x m plus 1 0 to 1. If you use the limits, then first one will give you 0, and then the second one will give you 1 by m into m plus 1. So beta m2 is equal to 1 by m into m plus 2. So now already we have studied some properties of beta function in the previous sections, and now we will apply these properties to solve some problems. And here are some problems on beta functions. First one is you have to show beta pq is equal to 0 to infinity y to the power q minus 1 by 1 plus y p plus q dy. You have to, actually this equation is this, to prove this is very consistent with the another second form of beta function, that is beta mn is equal to 0 to infinity y to the power m minus 1 by 1 plus y to the power m plus n. These two are the same, but here once again we are here to solve this one second. So we know that the very well known or familiar definition of beta function for two integers p and q can be written as p beta pq, that is 0 to 1 x to the power p 1 minus x to the power q minus 1 dx. And here do as that was done in our previous section, that is you the substitute x is equal to 1 by 1 plus y, and from here you can write 1 plus y is equal to 1 by x, and the limit of integration will be at x equal to 0 y is equal to infinity, and at 1 x equal to 1 y is equal to 0. And why this integration changed in this manner, the description or the reasons were given in previous section. Just look that section, just go to the section, that section, and see that is you have to go here, you have to go here, you have to go here in this case. Yeah, you go here, and you will easily understand why the limits are changed in such manner. So come to that point. So here, and from here dx is equal to, you easily understand that 1 by 1 plus y square dy with a negative sign. So that is equal to minus dy by 1 plus y whole square. So now substitute the value of x and the x in equation number this equation. So beta pq is equal to infinity to 0. Then the value of x to the power p is here. So that will give you 1 by 1 plus y to the power p, and then 1 minus, that is here 1 minus 1 by y, that is here 1 the value of x to the power q minus 1, and then the value of dx, that is minus dx by 1 plus y square. So that from this you can write the negative sign is there, infinity is 0, and then 1 plus y to the power p, and from here if you simplify this will give you 1 plus y minus 1 by 1 plus y, that is y by 1 plus y to the power q minus 1 dy by 1 plus y to the whole square. So from here just change the limit of integration, so negative sign will convert to positive sign, so 0 to infinity y to the power Here is y to the q minus 1, so y to the q minus 1, and then 1 plus y to the power p from here q minus 1 from here plus 2. So finally we will get beta pq is equal to 0 to infinity q to the power y to the q minus 1 by 1 plus y to the p plus q dy. So this has been proved. Now come to another problem here which consists of three problems. Number 1a is beta mn is equal to, you have to show it, mn is equal to n minus 1 by m plus n minus 1 into beta m n minus 1. Then beta mn is equal to 1 by 2 to the power n minus 1 beta half m. And the final one is, in this problem, the final one is beta mn is equal to n minus 1 factorial into m minus 1 factorial by m plus n minus 1 factorial. Obviously here m and n are two integers. Now come to the first problem, that is beta mn is equal to n minus 1 by m plus n minus 1 beta m n minus 1. We have to prove it. To do this, just recall the definition of beta function that was given in equation number 1, that is beta is equal to mn, that is equal to 0 to 1 x to the power n minus 1 1 minus x to the power n minus 1 dx. Just integrate this equation by parts. You will get beta mn, that is equal to, first take it as here 1 minus x to the power n minus 1, then 0 to 1 x to the power n minus 1 dx, then minus sign will come appear here, 0 to infinity differentiation, just differentiate this one, so ddx of 1 minus x to the power n minus 1, then integrate this term, that is integration x to the power n minus 1 dx dx. This is the formula. So that will give you a 1 minus x to the power n minus 1, and then if you integrate this, it will give you x to the power n by n 0 to 1 minus here 0 to 1. The differentiation of this will give you n minus 1 into 1 minus x to the power n minus 2 is there, okay, and then integration okay, and then differentiation is doing here. So then the differentiation of minus x will give you minus another minus 1. After that, integration of this, that is equal to x to the m by m dx. So if you use the limits of x in this expression or in this term, that will give you 0, because if you use 1, then it will give you 0, and if you use x as 0, so this term it will give 0. So that is, this term is nothing but 0, and this negative sign will convert it to plus sign. So plus 0 to 1, then n minus 1 by this m x to the power m from here, and then 1 minus x to the power n minus 2 dx. So now also this term, look at this term x to the power m. Can we write this in this form? X to the power m is equal to x to the power m minus 1 minus x to the power m minus 1, then 1 minus x. Just do it, I think, and you will get this x. This, if you simplify this, this will give you x to the power, because x to the power minus, first term is x to the power m minus 1, then minus, multiply this will give you x to the power m minus 1, then plus x to the power minus m minus 1, then plus 1. So this term and this term will cancel out, and finally actually it will give you x to the power m. So x to the power m can be, x to the power m can be written in this manner. If you do this once, just substitute this, the value of x to the power m is equal to here this instead of this. So then you will get beta mn is equal to n minus this n minus 1 by m is taken outside the integration, then 0 to 1, and from here since it can be written x to the power m as this, so write this first here, x to the power m minus 1 minus x to the power m minus 1 into 1 minus x. After that, 1 minus x to the power n minus 2 dx. So just to simplify this, so just separate these two integrations. So first one will give you n minus 1 by m 0 to 1 x to the power n minus 1 1 minus x to the power n minus 2 dx, and the second one is n minus 1 by m 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1 will multiply with this term. So first term will give you x to the power x to the power x, so that is done here. Here x to the power m minus 1 is here, and then 1 minus x to the power n minus 1, another and then plus 1 from here, this one. So that will give you, so this term, actually first term is written here, and this is the second term is this. These two will multiply this. So for first one, x to the n minus 1 is there, okay, and then 1 minus x is there, and 1 minus x to the n minus 2 is there. So that will give you 1 minus x to the n minus 1, and then dx. So and you know that this 0 to 1, x to the power n minus 1, 1 minus x to the power n minus 2, and you can write it as beta m into n minus 1. Since you know that beta mn is equal to 0 to 1, x to the power m minus 1, 1 minus x to the power n minus 1. So here actually n minus, if you replace here n by n minus 1 in the definition of beta function, then that will give you this. So from here you can write this term is beta m into n minus 1. Just use n is equal to n minus 1 in the expression of beta mn, and the final and the next term is n minus 1 by m, and this is nothing but the beta function, x to the n minus 1, x to the 1 minus x to the n minus 1 dx. So finally you get this is right. This is equation number 1. So this beta mn is equal to, so from here just shift this term to the left hand side. So beta mn from here 1 plus n minus 1 by m, that is equal to n minus 1 by m, this term beta n minus 1. So from here beta mn is equal to, just simplify, m plus n, first m then plus n minus 1 by m, that is equal to n minus 1 by m beta m n minus 1. And from here this mm will cancel out, so beta mn will be n minus 1 by m plus 1 minus n beta m n minus 1. So beta mn is equal to n minus 1 by m plus n minus 1 beta m n minus 1. So it is proved here. So now for the second problem, second one is beta mn is equal to, you have to show that beta mn is equal to n minus 1 factorial into n minus 1 factorial by m plus n minus 1 factorial. So here let n be an integer, then the form the relation here in this case, you know that n and m both are integer. So and you have already proved that beta mn is equal to n minus 1 by m plus 1 minus n beta m n minus 1. I am just adopting this relation. So adopting this relation, that is written also here, beta mn is equal to n minus 1 m plus n minus 1 beta m n minus 1. Now since n is an integer, you can use different values of n. So and also from here it is a very important relation. See here that this function is beta mn, and in the resultant this n in the right hand side is decreased by 1, that is here n, so here n minus 1, and in the denominator you see here n plus n minus 1. So n is decreased, the addition of m with these values of n. So that is m plus n minus 1, and then beta n is decreased by 1 is here, so n minus 1 order laser, so n minus 1. So in this way, if you wish to write the second term, that is beta m in n minus 1, so that will result to n will be decreased by another one, so that will give you n minus 2. So that is written, that can be written n minus 2, and then m plus n, beta is decreased, n is decreased another by another one, so n minus 2. So n plus n minus 2, and then beta m n minus 2 will be there. So in this sense, you can write beta mn is equal to n minus 1, first term n minus 1 by m plus n minus 1, then if you decrease n by another one, so that will give you n minus 2 by m plus n minus 2 beta m n minus 2. Now if you wish to decrease n by another one, that means that will give you beta m n minus 3, and then all the terms, first two this one and this one will come here, and after that you know that the general formula from here n is decreased by 1. So if you in this case n minus 3 is there, so here will be another n minus 3 by beta m plus m plus n minus 3. So I hope that it is not very difficult to understand. Just go in this way, and if you go in this way, if you proceed in this way, then mn will give you m minus 1, n minus 1 by m plus 1 minus n, then n minus 2 by m plus n minus 2, then n minus 3 by m plus n minus 3. In this way, see here, the last term is 1 because you at the very beginning you considered that n and m should be greater than 0. So the last term in this series will be 1. But see here in the denominator, just see here in the denominator that that the last term, since n is equal to, since n is decreasing and the last value of n can be 1, so m plus that will be in this, from this term you will get n plus 1. So m plus 1 is there. So last term actually give you 1 by m plus 1, and here m is here and n is decreased to 1, so n is here. So in this way you can write beta m n is in this expression. So this is equation number 3, and now you know the definition of beta function as 0 to 1 x to the m minus 1, 1 minus x to the m minus 1. Why we recall this? We recall this to just find out the value of this beta m 1. So here if you use 1 is n is equal to 1, from here you get 0 to 1 x to the m minus 1, 1 minus x to the power 0 dx, that is 0 to 1 x to the m dx, and that will give you 1 by m. So substitute the value of m beta m1 in equation 3, that will give you beta m is equal to n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. In this way it's proceed up to 1, and then n plus n minus 1, n plus n minus 2, n plus n minus 3, it will proceed up to m plus 1 and then 1 by m, since we have written here the value of beta mn. So this is equation number 2. This beta mn will not come here. So this is the last term actually. So this will not come here. This will not come here. Just omit this term. So equation number 3 is here. Just equation number 3 is there. We will use this value in future, or the rest of this part of this problem. So since m and n both are constant, so beta mn is equal to, you can write also from just write equation number 3. Equation number 3, that is 1 2 3. Just it can be write from equation number 3 is here. It can be written 1 2 3 in this way, n minus 1. So just reverse the multiplication. So here it is that 1 2 3, last term is n minus 1, then m into m plus 1, m plus 2, in this way the last term is n plus n minus 1 beta m1. I have actually here substitute the value of m1, but we consider here the equation number 3. If we wish, if it requires, then we will use the value of beta m1. Just left it to here. So beta mn is equal to this. So since m and n both are constant, then you can interchange m and n, and that will give you mn is equal to nn. Since you already are familiar with the symmetry property of a beta function, that is m and n can be interchanged. So if you interchange m and n in this expression, that will give you that will give you m minus 1. So beta mn is equal to beta nm, that is equal to m minus 1 by m plus 1 minus n into beta n is here and m minus 1 is there. Just replace m and n in the expression, that means in this expression that will give you beta nm, that is equal to n minus 1 by n plus m minus 1 beta, here n and here n and here m. Just, and for the second term you can write just m and n are interchanged. So beta nm is equal to, here it was n minus 1, so here will be n minus 1, and this will be the similar as that was, and then beta n minus 1. So now from equation 3, that means that is the equation. This can also be said equation number 3, or nothing but equation 3, and then obviously this is equation 3, and in this equation just you have to just take from equation number 3, or in accordance with equation number 3, you can write beta mn is equal to n minus 1, n minus 2. In this way, this is up to 1, then m plus n minus 1, m plus n minus 2, and this is way. In this way, m plus 1 into beta m1. This is equation number 3. Just I rewrite this here. Now decreasing m successively, we can write just in accordance to this, but viewing this relation. Okay, in according to this relation, but you have to view this relation. Obviously, in this case, m should be replaced by n. So here you can write beta n m, that is equal to, for the first term, m minus 1, m plus n minus 1, then beta n m minus 1. And for the second case, and from here you can write beta 1 m, that is equal to m minus 1, from here m beta 1 m minus 1, since in this case n is equal to 1, and that will give you, from this term you can write m minus 1, then m minus 2, then m into m minus 2, and beta 1 m minus 2. It was done previously in case of the in this case. So in this case, yeah, in this case, or that are written in this case, or that are done here. So just what we did before, just we, for case of n, in this case we will do that for m. So in this way, from here you can write m minus 1, then m minus 2, then the very next term will come m minus 3 as by m, then m minus 1, m minus 2, and in this way beta 1 m minus 3. And if you proceed in this way, the final term will give you 1. So beta 1 m is equal to, so beta 1 m is equal to m minus 1, m minus 2, and in this way the last term is 1, and in this way m into m minus 1, m minus 2, in this way. See here is 3 and here is 2. So this, in the denominator, the last term is 1 order lesser than that of the numerator. So if here it is 1, then here it will be 2. So 2 is here beta 1 1. So last term is here written. So beta 1 1. Now we wish to find out beta 1 1. Here is beta 1 1. 0 to 1 x to the power 0, 1 1 is x to the power 0. Just m and n both are 0. Both are 1 here. So from here this will give you 1. Or we have already calculated that beta 1 1 is equal to 1. Just substitute the value, use the value of beta 1 1 in this expression. So beta 1 m is equal to m minus 1, m minus 2. In this way goes up to 1, and then m into m minus 1, and in this way it goes to actually here that will be it goes to the in this manner, in this way. So here is just beta 1, right, the value of beta 1 1. Now that's equation from 3. Where is equation 3? Equation 3 is also written here. Equation number 3 is also here. So that will give you beta m. Just write the value of beta 1 m. So this will give you 1 2 3 in this way to this, and since here the last term was 2, you can write 2 and after that 1 into 1. So if you write it as 1, so it does not affect on this. Okay, so you can write this as 1 up to 1. So here just substitute the value of beta 1 m in equation number 3. That means in equation number this. So first write these all things and then beta m1. So here is that beta mn is equal to these by these, and then 1 2 3 m minus 1 into 1 2 3 and goes to m. So it's because it was 1 started from 1 and ended at m, and in this series it started at 1 and ends at m minus 1. So that is written here. So you can write this series as n minus 1 factorial and this series by n minus 1 factorial, and from here 1 2 3 etc. just write it and multiply these, then the whole multiplication will give you this. So that is n minus 1 factorial by n minus 1 factorial, and this is nothing but m plus 1 minus n factorial. So beta mn is equal to n minus 1 factorial into n minus 1 factorial by n plus n minus 1 factorial. Equation number 5. So it has also been proved. Now come to another problem, that is beta mn, that is equal to 1 by 2 to the power n minus 1 beta half m. Now we have to prove it. So just recall, here also recall or remember the definition of beta function that was given at the beginning of this class or lecture, that beta mn is equal to 0 to 1 x to the power n minus 1 1 minus x to the power n minus 1 dx. So just write here n is equal to m. So if you do that, then from this equation you can write beta mm is equal to 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1 1 minus x to the power m minus 1 dx. So from here just multiply. So from here you can write x in multiply this both of these terms. So first term x and then x square to the power m minus 1 dx. So just to write this term in this way here, that beta m that is 0 to 1, and then this will be just, you can write this expression as this. Obviously it will be 1 by 2, 1 by 2, that means 1 by 4, it will be 1 by 4. It will be 1 by 4 minus x square minus 2x into half plus half square to the power m minus 2. Whole thing to the power m minus 1. And you can, if you do it, then first term will give you minus x square. Okay, it is here. Then this term will give you x plus x is also here, and this term will give you plus 1/4 square. No, 1/4. This term will give you 1/4 and minus 1/4. Minus 1/4. So you have to take 1 by 2. It is not a fine negative side. It is actually 1/4. So 1/4 minus of this term. So this will give you actually this. So this can be written as, just do it. So that will be 0 to 1 1/4 minus, it can be written as half minus x whole square to the power minus 1 dx. So that is equal to, you can write that is equal to 2 into 0 to 1 into 2 into here 0 to 1 is here, and obviously the limit of integration is 0 to 1. 0 to 1, not half is here. 0 to 1, and then half into 1/4 minus 1 by 2 minus x whole square to the power minus 1. Okay, you can write it. 2 into, if you use 2 into, or 1 by can be written as, and you also from this relation we write this. Now the integrand is symmetric about, now you can write now you have to calculate this, and from this term you can say that integrand is symmetric about x to the half, and we know, now consider that half minus x as taken as root over y by 2. So that will give you y is equal to half minus x whole square by 4, and here is the limit. When you use x is equal to 0, y will give you 1, and when x is equal to half, then it will give you x is equal to 1, that it will give you 0, it is 1. So from here dx is equal to, just calculate it, or you can also write that is that this is equal to 0 to 1, and you can write it as 2 into 0 to half. You can also write in this manner. So write this as 2 into 0 to half, and this, okay, there will be no problem at all. So in this case, if x is taken half, then just calculate from this relation, you will get y is equal to 0. So no problem if you write this in this fashion, 2 into 0 to, no problem there. So 1 minus x is equal to root y by 2, you have taken it, and from here y can be written as 1 half minus x whole square by 4. So dx from here can be obtained as minus dx is equal to from here half is there, from it, this is plus sign, so from this half is there here, y to the power half, so half will come here, and then differentiation of y will give you y to the minus half, and then dy. So finally dx is equal to minus 1 by 4 y to the power minus half dy. So then beta mn can be written from this expression. Beta mn is equal to 2 with this negative sign, minus 2 0 1 2 here 1 to 0 limit 1 to 0, then 1/4 is there, minus y, this is nothing but y, so y by 4, because this is nothing but y by, actually this term will give you y by 4 to the power minus 1 y to the power minus half 1 by 4, just write this, and dy. Then just simplify, minus, then this will give you this negative sign. This can be written as this, since it is 1 to 0, that then it will, you can write it as 0 to 1 with a negative sign, that will give you 2. And then 1 by 4 is here, then 0 to 1, and from here 2 is a common term, and you can write 2 square. For me it is 1 by 4 and it is 1 by 4. So 2 square, and then if you use this 1 by 2 outside this term, then that will give you 1 by 2 to the 2m minus 2. Okay, no problem here to understand. Then 1 minus y to the m minus 1, y to the minus half dy. So just cancel this and there will be 2 and this 2, and if we multiply this, that will give you 2 to the m minus 1, then 0 to 1, y to the power this has written first, y to the minus half 1 minus y to the m minus 1 dy, and just use m is equal to n is equal to, just used in this, just you know that the or you, if you compare this with the general or the definition of the Gauma function, that 0 to 1 y to the m minus 1, then 1 minus y to the power n minus 1, and since m and a, if you interchange m and n, that will not affect the result. So it also can be written as y to the power n minus 1, then 1 minus y to the power n minus 1 dy. If you compare, then actually m is nothing but half. N is nothing but half. Okay, because this can be written as half minus 1. Half minus 1. So in this case, n is half. So that this term give you nothing but a beta half n. So beta mn is equal to 1 by 2 divided n minus 1 beta half n. So it has been also proved. Now another problem, beta m half is equal to 2 power m beta mn. You have to prove it, and then from this you have to prove gamma m plus half, that is root over pi by 2 to the n minus 1 to 2m, using this relation. So now you also know that, just recall the alternative definition of beta mn in terms of cos theta and sin theta, that beta mn is equal to 2 into 0 to pi by 2 sin 2 to sin 2 to the 4 sin to the power 2m minus 1 theta cos to the power 2n minus 1 theta d theta. Now use n is equal to half in this expression. So beta m half, that will give you 0 to half from this term sin to the power 2m minus 1 theta, and from here if you use n is equal to half, that will give you 1. So into the theta. Now beta mm, you also wish to find out the value of beta mm. So from this expression you can write 0 to pi by 2 sin to the 2m minus 1 theta cos to the power 2m minus 1 theta, that means sin theta cos theta to the power 2m minus 1, then d theta. And now you can write 2 into 0 to pi by 2, just multiply this 2. If you multiply this 2, you have to divide it also by 2, and since the power is 2 to the m minus 2, so you can write 1 by 2 to the power 2m minus 1, then 2 sin theta cos theta to the power 2m minus 1 d theta. Now, so beta mm is equal to 2 0 to pi by 2, 1 by 2 to the 2m minus 1, then you can write this as 2 sin theta cos theta is equal to sin 2 theta. So sin 2 theta to the 2m minus 1 d theta. Now replace 2 theta by phi. So 2 d theta will give you d phi, or d theta is d phi by 2. And here is the change of the limit. Just look at here, theta 0, then phi 0. Theta is equal to pi by 2. Since phi is 2 theta, so it will give you pi. So beta mm is equal to 2 is here, and since d theta is a d phi by 2, so another half is here, and here is d phi, then 2 to the power 2m minus 1, and this is sin phi to the power 2m minus 1. So that will give you 1 by 2 to the power m minus 1, and then just change this limit. So here you can write this as 0 to pi by 2 once again with a multiplication of 2, then sin to the 2m minus 1 theta d phi, sorry, phi d phi. So beta mm is equal to see here, if you these relations, the second part is 2 0 to pi by 2 sin to the 2m minus 1 phi d phi. Just compare this with this. Compare this with this relation. Okay, with this relation you will get, that is, this term is nothing but this term, the second term, this term is nothing but beta m half. So beta mm is equal to beta m half 1 by 2 to the power 2m minus 1. and from here beta m half is equal to 2 to the power 2n minus 1 beta mn. So it has been proved. And now although we are not aware about the properties of the gamma function or the relation between gamma and this is gamma function, gamma and beta function, but here just consider this and we will prove that beta mn is equal to gamma m by gamma m plus n, because beta mn is equal to gamma n by gamma m plus n. Okay, and this property will be proved in the second part of this chapter. So just write this, and once if we prove this, then it will be not very difficult to remember this. Just in this case just consider this. Beta m is equal to this, and in this relation just use from here beta. So beta m half will be you know that beta half from here, beta half is equal to m minus 1 beta mm, and just substitute the value as mm here, and then from here you will get pi root pi, and you know, and you remember that gamma half is equal to root pi. Okay, gamma half is equal to root pi. So substitute these values. So root gamma gamma m gamma half by gamma m plus half, because in this case n has taken as half. So that will give you root pi, then gamma m, then gamma m plus half. And from 1, 2 and 3, just this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3, just consider these three equations, compare these three equations, it will get root pi gamma m by gamma m plus 3 by 2 a. Okay, n plus 3 by 2, that is equal to 2 to the power m minus 1 to 2 to the power 2m minus 1 gamma m by gamma 2m. And if you simplify this, this will give you the final result gamma m plus half is equal to root pi by 2 to m minus 1 gamma 2m. So now another problem, that is 0 to infinity x to the power 8 1 minus x to the power 6 by 1 plus x to the power 24. Okay, now we have to prove this. Now we have to prove find this, that dx is equal to 0, or find out the value of this. So given 0 to infinity x to the power 8 1 minus x to the power 6 by 1 plus x to the power 24 dx, it can be written as just multiply these to this term and this term, so or separate this integration. So 0 to infinity x to the power 8 1 plus x to the power 24 dx minus 0 to infinity, and from here x to the power 14 by 1 plus x to the 24 dx. Now this can be written as x 0 to infinity x to the power a 9 minus 1, and this can be written as x to the power 1 plus x to the 9 plus 15 dx. Then minus 0 to infinity x to the power 15 minus 1 plus x to the power 15 plus 9 dx. And that can be written as beta 9 15 and minus beta 15 9, because beta mn is equal to 0 to infinity y to the power m minus 1 by 1 plus y to the power m plus n dy. So in this sense, this term is beta 9 15 and this term is beta 15 9. That will give you 0, because you know that beta mn is equal to beta nm. So this is equal to, so this the value of this integration is equal to 0. So now come to another problem, that is show that 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1 1 minus x to the power m minus 1 by a plus x to the power m plus 1, that is equal to beta mn into by a to the power n 1 plus a to the power m. So to solve this problem, just consider or recall the definition of beta function, that is 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1 1 minus x to the power m minus 1 dx. And now let or consider that x is equal to y into 1 plus a by a plus y, and from here dx is equal to first differentiate this one. So that will give you 1 plus y 1 plus y 1 plus a by 1 a plus y, that is here, and then y keep y as a constant, so y a into a plus 1 is here, and then differentiate this, that will give you 1 plus y whole square with a negative y. So that is here into dy. So just here is the simplification, process of simplification, and this will give you 1 plus a into, so dx is equal to a into 1 plus a by 1 plus y square dx. Here is the simplification, method of simplification. Just look at this, just go through this line, and you can easily find that dx is equal to a into 1 plus a by 1 plus y square dx. And now also calculate the value of 1 minus x. because we need to use the value 1 minus x in this expression. So 1 minus x is equal to 1 minus y into 1 plus a by a plus y. That is the simplification process, and finally you will get 1 minus x is equal to a into 1 minus y by 1 plus y. And now substitute these two values in this expression. In this expression, the value of x 1 minus x to x and dx in this expression. So if you do that, then you will get, here is the definition also, the definition of beta function. That will give you, and here is the change of the limits. So the limits are the same as in case of x. Just you can, here is the reasons why. So here the limits remains the same, 0 to 1. First, the value of x, that is y into 1 plus a by a plus y. So y to the power m minus 1 is there, and then 1 plus a to the power m minus 1, a plus y to the power m minus 1. Then the value of 1 minus x to the power n minus 1. So that will give you a to the power n minus 1, 1 minus y to the power n minus 1, then a plus y to the power n minus 1, and then the value of dx, that is equal to a into 1 plus a by a plus y whole square dy. And after simplification, beta mn is equal to, from here you can write a to the power n minus 1 is there and another a is there. So a to the power n is there, and after that 1 plus a to the power n minus 1, and here 1 plus a. So that will give you 1 plus a to the power m. 0 to 1 here, y to the power n minus 1 also is also here, and then here see here 1 minus y to the power n minus 1, so it is here, and just in the denominator see a plus y to the power m minus 1, then n minus 1, then 2 plus 2 is there. So this minus 1 will cancel out with these 2. So in the denominator it will be 1 a plus y to the power m plus n into dy. So this will give you that from here you see that this can be written here that this term, the second term, that is 0 to 1 y to the power n minus 1, 1 minus y to the power n minus 1, 1 plus a to the power n plus n dy, that is equal to beta mn by an into 1 plus a to the power m. Or if you simply, you can write instead, you can use x instead y, well, simply or in generally it is better to say in generally. You can write 0 to 1 x to the n minus 1, 1 minus x to the n minus 1 by a plus x to the power n plus n, that is equal to beta mn by a to the power n 1 plus a to the power m. Okay, this is also proved. This has also been proved. Now show another problem. Show that a to b x minus a to the power m minus 1 into b minus x to the power n minus 1 dx is equal to b minus a to the power n plus n minus 1 beta n. So to prove this, we consider that x is equal to a cos square theta plus b sin square theta. From here dx can be written as for differentiate these, and then these will give you 2, and from here also you will obtain another 2. So 2 is the common term here. So 2 first, this will give you cos theta, and so then integration of cos theta is equal to minus sin theta. So minus a sin theta cos theta, and then it will give you b cos theta sin theta, and then d theta. So that is can be written as b2 into b minus a sin theta cos theta d theta. Here is the change of the limit when you consider that x is equal to a. So from this relation, a will be a cos square theta plus b sin square theta. That is written here, and compare both sides. The coefficient of cos square theta, that will give you that cos square theta is equal to 1 or theta is equal to 0. And similar way, if you use x is equal to b in this relation, so b will equal to a sin cos square theta plus b sin square theta. Just comparing both sides, you will easily find out the coefficient of b from both sides, that will give you sin square theta is equal to 1. In this case also actually compared the coefficient of cos square theta. So here coefficient of cos square theta will give you 1, sin square theta will give you 1, or theta is equal to pi by 2. So the limits are 0 and pi by 2 in case of theta. So just substitute the values here. So I have written a to b here on this expression. So x minus 1 to the power m, b minus x to the power n minus 1 dx. Just substitute. 0 to pi by 2 is the limit at the limits. So then you write here that x is equal to a cos square theta plus b sin square theta, then minus 1, and into b is here and x is there, a cos square theta minus b sin square theta to the power n minus 1, then 2 into b minus a, the value of dx, and then sin theta cos theta d theta. And just simplify, you write this as cos square theta can be written as cos square theta can be written as 1 minus sin square theta, and this term will actually provide you a minus a sin square theta. Then these two terms, this term and this term, are written here, 2 to the power n minus 1, and then b, and the first two term is written as usual as it was in this expression, so b minus a cos square theta, and then write sin square theta as 1 minus cos square theta, and that will give you minus b plus b square theta, then 2 into a minus b sin theta cos theta d theta, and that is equal to write this term outside this integration. So 2 into b minus a is there, 0 to pi by 2, and from here see here that this term will give you just see here this term here is the term a will cancel out, and from here you can write b minus a sin square theta, that is written here. So b minus a, if you take b minus a outside this bracket, so that will give you b minus a to the power n minus 1, then sin square theta, so sin square 2m minus 2, that is here theta, and in the similar way this will give you minus b minus a to the power n minus 1 cos to the power 2n minus 2 theta sin theta cos theta d theta, and finally that will give you 2 into b minus a to the power see here m minus 1, n minus 1, and then here is 1, so that will give you m plus n minus 2 plus 1, so that will give you n plus n minus 1, 0 to pi by 2 sin to the power 2m, here is a sin theta also here another term, so sin theta to the power 2m minus 1, and cos theta to the power 2n minus 1 d theta, and you know these two into this term actually gives you the value of beta m, that is the another alternative definition of beta m. So 2 into 0 to pi by 2, this will give you beta m, and just write this in this expression, so that will give you a to b x minus a to the power m minus 1, then b minus x, so this is the integral that whose value is to be found out, so that is this expression of this integral will give you is equal to here b 2 into b minus a, 2 into b minus a, because 2 is if you 2 is used with this, that will give you beta m. So finally from this we will obtain b minus a, this b minus a to the power n plus n minus 1, and this 2 and this term will give you beta m. So this is equal to b minus a to the power n plus n minus 1 beta m. So the value of this integration has been calculated. Now another problem is here, you have to prove that for integral values of m and n, beta mn is equal to n minus 1 by m beta m plus 1 n minus 1, and from that you have to prove beta mn is equal to n minus 1 factorial by m into n plus 1, in this way m plus n minus 1. So to do that, you just recall the definition of beta mn, that is equal to, that is given here is the definition of beta mn. Now just integrate this function, integrate this term, so that will give you first 1 minus n is here, to the power n minus 1, just integrate this term, that is x to the power m by n 0 to 1, then just differentiate these integration 0 to 1, this will give you n minus 1 with a negative sign, because differentiation of minus x will give you minus 1, then integration of x to the power m minus 1, that will give you x to the power m by m. Okay, and after differentiation of this term, another term is left there, 1 minus x to the power here is n minus 2, and then dx. So first term, if you use the value of x, the first term will give you a null result, and then this negative sign will give you plus sign, so n minus 1 by m is there, 0 to 1, x to the power m 1 minus x to the power n minus 2 dx. So that will give you n minus 1 by m 0 to 1 x to the power from here you can easily write this term can be written as m plus m minus n plus n, and this term can be written as 1 minus x 1 minus n minus 1 minus 1 dx. So compare this with the definition, or this definition of the beta function, this term. You can easily write that this is equal to, here see that m minus 1, and here m minus 1 plus, that is m plus 1 minus 1. That means in this case the m is replaced by, according to this relation, m is replaced by m plus 1. So that is beta m plus 1 will be here, and see here it was n minus 1, and it is n minus 1 minus 1. So in this case n is replaced by n minus 1. So it will be beta m plus 1 and n minus 1. So beta mn is equal to n minus 1 by m beta m plus 1 n minus 1. So in the similar way you can write, just look at this relation here, m and n. The result is n is decreased by 1, m is here, okay, beta m plus 1 n minus 1. The second term, that means in this way you can write beta m plus 1, this term beta m plus 1 and n minus 1, that will be, this multiplication term will be this term. Actually we are calculating this term, so that will give you, according to this relation, here see n is decreased by 1, so in this case n will be decreased further by 1, so that will give you n minus 2, okay, minus 2, and m will be increased by 1, so that will give you m plus 1. So in this case, since m is increased, in this case see here m here, and in this case it was m plus 1, so m has increased by 1 in this case, so in this case also m will be increased by 1. So instead of m here you will have m plus 1, and then beta m plus 2 n minus 2, and then if you wish to find out the value of the next term, so beta m plus 2, that is here beta m plus 2 n minus 2 can be written as, in this case n is increased by 1, so n minus 2 was there, and here will be n minus 3, and here also m is increased, will be increased by 1, so here m plus 1 is here, so here will be another m will be increased by another 1, so m plus 2 will be here, and beta m plus 3 and n minus 3. So I hope you have understood, and so on. And in this way you can write beta mn is equal to n minus 1. Just substitute all these values, and these values. So n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, in this way it goes up to 1, and here m into a plus 1, n plus 2, in this way it goes up to m plus n minus 2, n plus the last, because the last term is here 1. So in this case the last term will be, if you consider the last term would be 1, but see here these terms are 1 order lesser than this. So if in this case it is 1, so in that case it will be minus 2. So I hope you understand this, okay, and then beta n plus n minus 1 and 1. So now here we wish to calculate the value of, this is equation number, this is equation number, say 5. What would be the equation number? Equation number, no equation, last equation number was okay, no problem with the number of this equation, just you have to use this expression, you have to express this expression. Now beta mn plus 1 m plus n minus 1 n, the value of it will be 0 to 1 x to the power, so you just use the value of m instead of m plus 1. In case of m you use this value, so it is here, the definition was 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1. So first this term is here, and minus 1, then 1 minus x to the power 1 minus 1, that will give you 1 for 0 dx. So that will give you 0 to 1 x to the power m plus n minus 2. See from here n minus 2 plus 2, then dx, and after integration you will get m plus n minus 1 by m plus n minus 1, 0 to 1, that will give you 1 by m plus n minus 1. Just substitute the value of beta m plus n minus 1 in this expression. So then you can write beta mn is equal to n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. In this way it goes up to 1, and the denominator will be m into n plus 1, n plus 2. In this way m plus n minus 2, m plus n minus 1. So this is nothing but factorial n minus 1 factorial, and this is written this is written here m into n plus 1, n plus 2. In this way m plus n minus 1. So beta mn is this. We have to prove the first term, the first problem was this. The first problem was to prove this. Beta m is equal to this. Okay. So this has been proved, and it was proved earlier in this case. So this is the end of this class, and you need to go through all these things, all these topics, and you have to practice. And you know that if you practice more and more, all the things will be very easier for you, and just practice, and that will do all these things.